Welcome back, everyone. This is Dirch, and with me today for this video, I have Shadowevil, 1996 or 1995, depending on his Twitter or whatever. I don't know. He's
Hello.
apparently born in between years. And Damonite, the Axton Pro. So we're going to be talking about Axton's potential skill changes here. And if you guys didn't know, Shadowevil is the man who has created the patch and is working on the skill changes, so he can kind of shoot us down and say, "Fuck you guys, that's way too much work."
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Do you guys want to preface anything before we start with them?
Not really. I mean, for the most part, they're mostly gonna be number changes anyway.
All right. So, yeah. So Gorilla Tree. Let's just start at the top and work our way down. Would you guys change anything with Sentry?
Um, a bit considering how the skill works, maybe. I mean, it's a decent skill. I don't know about the burst fire. Maybe change it to fire rate
That could be cool.
instead of just having more burst fire. And the thing about that skill is just the turret duration. I mean, I don't think anyone cares about +5 shots fired per burst.
Yeah.
I guess
So
it
having
benefits double up a bit.
yeah, but if you have faster fire rate, you see that's better than burst.
But then again, it is Doll, and that would be thematically wrong to make it not burst.
Yeah,
It is. The thing,
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the turret needs fire rate.
the thing that bothers me,
slow.
so the thing that bothers me the most about it is, I don't think you can fix that with Gemini, so it doesn't apply to the second turret. I'm not sure if you can do anything about that.
Yeah, the second turret is like Salvador's other hand. I just can't figure it out.
Ready. I mean, I think ready is fine. It's just reload speed. The number is pretty solid at 8% per level.
Yep.
If you guys disagree when I say I think it's good, feel free to interrupt.
That's good.
Yeah.
Laser sight. Fuck.
No, that one needs a complete rehaul now.
Is that something you just replace with something else?
You see, the thing is, whenever a skill boosts the turret or whatever, what I thought at first is it might be like a special attribute. I don't know, maybe it's complicated. But then I remembered that this is basically it just references the turret, but the thing is, the turret is basically a gun. So, like in the code, it just says weapon spread, which is the weapon spread is basically a gun attribute. So basically, I can change the turret's attributes like a gun, basically, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that means I can add gun damage, fire rate, whatever you want there.
If that's the case, you'd almost
Yeah.
be better off just adding damage to it, because everyone says the turret's kind
Yeah, I
of weak on
agree.
damage.
I was thinking, since I said I'm limited on attribute presentation, I can only present one thing in there. I might just like do slash damage, slash fire rate, slash whatever there. And then like just have them all in like 10% maybe. I don't know. I was thinking
Turn it into the
damage.
Ranger for the turret.
Something like that. I don't not really a ranger, but like maybe make it 5% and then make it boost damage and fire rate.
Okay.
So, down about it was either making it boost damage, as you guys said, or cooldown rate, but I guess that would kinda not fit in one line.
It can, but like as I said, I can only present what's going on in like one line.
Yeah,
Is what I'm trying to say.
like 2% extra cooldown rate per point.
I think Axton has enough cooldown. Well, that'd be cool.
So willing. Here's another one. I think willing is great, and I don't see a need to change it. But if you guys
Yeah.
disagree, all right. Onslaught's pretty sweet as well. I don't see any problems with that.
Nope.
Scorched Earth.
Now this one actually, I did see the line where it removes the gun damage from the turret.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was gonna call Demonite Axton. Demonite told me about like there are a lot of skills that Axton has just removes the gun damage from the turret. I think that was the biggest thing that ruined the turret. I think there was another thing that this kill did that I don't know. I think it slowed down the turret's fire rate or something. It did something stupid for the turret too. I can't remember it. I'd have to look it up or something. But I think the skill is fine as is. I just need to make it not remove the turret's gun damage. It makes the turret weaker.
I'd actually buff its damage a bit, because
I don't know if I can.
Is this based on the turret's damage? I mean, we don't know that, I guess. But if it's based on the turret's damage and you increase the turret's damage, this would go up with it.
Yeah, I'd actually increase the turret's own damage as well. But especially Scorched Earth, because if you think about other skills, like Cloud Kill, for example, I'm not saying it needs to be as overpowered as Cloud Kill, but kinda up there.
I hear you.
Yeah, because you don't get Scorched Earth because it only does it once. Does it only do it once while your turret's out, or does it repeat?
I think so. I think it's only one.
It has its own burst, so independent from the shots. Like it fires 22 rockets and then it stops, and after a while it fires again.
Okay.
Okay, so the thing that it does, and I think this one was hidden. I just looked it up actually. What it does is it slows down. I think it either slows down or increase. I think it increases the reload speed of the turret so much to the point where the turret stops firing after it's done with the magazine, or if it's magazine size. So the only thing up there is just Scorched Earth. That's another thing it does. I think because it does say it increases the reload speed by 22 points or something stupid, like 2,200%.
Huh.
Or unless that's just used for the attribute presentation of the 22 rockets. I'm not sure.
Could be something like that. So yeah, basically that just needs to damage boost, whether it's possible or complicated or not.
That's really, really easy. I mean, the second line is just straight up gun damage. That's it. Negative 15.
Then Able. I mean, I personally think Able's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Able is one of those skills you could slightly buff it, but it doesn't really need it. Like make it 2.5% at max rank.
Yeah,
just with the reason being that if you compare it to preparation, and preparation is more like active in between fights, and Able is more active during fights.
Yeah.
It is a tier 3 though. So.
Yeah. And it's easy to proc too. I mean, damaging an enemy is pretty easy. Grenadier's probably fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Crisis management. You guys probably know what I'm going to say here is fuck the melee damage and give it something else worthwhile, or just make the gun damage pretty big.
Whenever me and can I call you Axton again? Whenever me and Demonite spoke about this, we were gonna make the 6% damage reduction instead of just melee damage.
That would be cool. Just make it a little tankier.
I'd either go with damage reduction or something like that, or he wants it to be melee damage, make it like 20% per point, so it's not shit.
Yeah. See, if you're going to do it melee damage and make Axton melee viable, I'd almost get rid of the gun damage there and just make the melee boost really big.
No, I don't think that goes well with the skill icon of the name.
Well, yeah, there's the icon. I don't really care about the fucking icon. I care about it like just being good.
I know. I love visuals.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's just, it's like you could probably do a better melee Axton if you would just go big ass multiplicative melee here. Of course, if he doesn't have any other melee buffs, maybe additive would be fine. If you have one additive, it acts as multiplicative. Outside of bar and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, so either some kind of survival or go all in on melee.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Then double up as the capstone. I mean, I don't think we really have to do anything with this.
Well, no, I do actually have to do something about this. You see, Axton has a problem where I don't know why Gearbox decided to just remove 30% of his damage in this skill tree, because on this skill tree you actually lose turret damage by
Really?
30%.
Interesting.
Yes, Scorched Earth is 15% and Double Up is 15%.
Huh.
So you actually lose 30% damage in this skill tree. Sure, it slides your enemy, but I mean,
Yeah, why
I
does
don't
it
know
have to
about
reduce
like
the damage to get slag? That doesn't make sense.
yeah, it's
11,
a capstone.
11%.
Like, hold on, let me
11%
check.
damage reduction.
I might as well since like I have console up, I can check. But I'm pretty sure it's 15%.
Yeah, we don't need to know exact numbers here. I don't worry about that. But yeah, basically remove the damage reduction from that, or damage penalty, and keep it 100% damage. That's interesting. Never knew that one. So gunpowder then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Impact. Again, if we were going to change crisis management, go big on melee, then maybe that's okay, but I'd lose the melee here, and I'd maybe add accuracy to it, because I don't think he really has any accuracy boost outside of Ranger.
Yeah, but
And that would help him with shotguns.
If I do this, then it's like it's gonna be like Maya's Mind's Eye, except this one is
it'd be pretty much it'd be pretty much the same thing as Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
Gun damage.
Yep.
Fuck, what else could you add to that? He's got like so many other boosts. Unless
you
you just make it more gun damage and take off melee.
I know exactly what this could be. Gun damage and turret damage.
Actually, that's fucking really cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I know. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I can do that. It's a good idea, but I don't know if I can refer it to the turret. That'd be the hard part. Because I don't have an SDK. I don't know. Shit. Grenade damage? Yeah, grenade damage.
Yeah, you can do that. Just more grenade damage.
I think that'd be a bit too much.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe you just...
Rocket launcher damage? I mean, I don't know if that's
all rifle damage.
I mean, you could always, if you just take out the melee, you could just increase the gun damage a little bit.
Yeah, what I had written down was
size wouldn't be bad.
Either remove the melee and make it like 25.
What about critical hit? Axton doesn't have any critical hits. Gun damage and critical.
Yeah,
that'd be neat.
Work too.
Oh, what was your last thought, Demonite?
Either remove the melee and make the gun damage bigger, or just again massively boost the melee.
Yeah, a few different options there. It'll be I don't know. I guess everyone in the comments weigh in on this in crisis management and see which way we should go. We'll vote on it. I mean, it's not really democracy. Shadow can do whatever the fuck he wants because it's his, but putting out ideas out there.
Yeah, it is the community patch, not Shadow's patch.
So expertise then. Does this really need anything? I often skip it, but it's not bad at all.
It doesn't need anything. I mean, the numbers are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And they're pretty hot for a tier 1 skill.
Do you use this in your kind of your kill skill thing, Demonite? Or do you skip this?
Yeah, I pretty much always use it, unless I really don't have points for it.
Okay. Overload then.
Yeah, this one, a lot of people just telling me to replace this with just magazine size, not just 4-star rifles.
I kind of disagree there. I'll let Demonite go first.
For all weapons, it would need a serious nerf because 50% is just massive.
Yeah.
Maya's Foresight or Claptrap's organized guns are happy. They're at 20% and 25% for all weapons, so this should be like.
But those also
percent.
have, like, Maya's got reload speed and magazine size on that.
But then we come to the problem of just not being able to put a lot of presentation data there. Because
Yeah.
if I add like another thing to it, I'd have to rip it off another skill.
See, this is one where I kind of like the idea of Axton actually being an assault rifle character, and it'd be nice to actually have a good assault rifle skill here.
What I could do is maybe make it so it's 10% magazine and 10%, or maybe 10% assault rifle damage is just too much. But
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Well, maybe, but like maybe 8% assault rifle damage, or have it a big assault rifle damage boost. So kind of like Maya's got that. The Catcom is insane. I'm not saying it should be like 136% like that, but if this could be like 8% per level, so it's 40%, 80% if you boost it, assault rifle damage, I think people would take assault rifle Axton a little more seriously.
I guess, but then I would still nerf the magazine size of it.
No, I'm just saying don't
the-
do magazine size at all. Like, most assault rifles don't even need magazine size.
Just a
I'm saying
disclaimer.
just change it purely to damage.
Talking about assault rifles, this is coming in the second iteration of the patch, I suppose. I did fix the assault rifle crit modifier, so it's
Yeah.
been normal now. I don't know if you heard that, but
Yeah.
assault rifles are like way more serious business now.
Yeah. But I just think
I don't-
if this was
Yeah.
like, you could get this up to like boosted up to 80% assault rifle damage, it would put him more on par with SMG Maya.
Yeah.
Because his class mod for assault rifles, it's not the cat class mod.
Yeah.
But I could see other people saying we're just make it magazine size for guns across the border too, and that would be really good.
Oh, yeah. In that case, I'd make it 30% though.
Next is Metal Storm. Then I don't think we're doing anything with this.
Oh no, 60%. 60% without even being boosted is just too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna nerf it, but I'm saying that's just too good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Steady.
I can't actually
Oh.
respec because I can't go through the door.
Oh. Steady is probably fine as well, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Longbow turret. Would you boost the turret's health on this?
110 is just fine. I mean, the turret health is already quite a lot.
A lot of
I mean,
people
I-
say the turret's health is too low, but I just disagree. It's more based on turret placement than on it actually having too low of a health value.
Okay. They typically
It's
don't
fine.
die that fast for me either, so.
By the way, Shadow,
Hello.
actually 10,000%.
Huh?
What was that?
the deploy range, is it actually 10,000%? Or is it
Yes.
just like infinite?
I think that's just for attribute presentation data. I don't think they meant that. I think it's just there. It's just, it's longbow.
Yeah. Battlefront. That's another one which is probably fine, I would imagine. Although that does have the melee damage there too. So if let's say you do decide, or the overwhelming consensus is let's just ditch all of his melee stuff.
I'm just gonna put accuracy there, I think.
Okay.
Alright.
I think
Yeah,
that'd
I'd
be a
go
good
with
call.
either accuracy or crit damage. depending on what impact has.
Yeah. Yeah, have whichever one has the opposite.
Yeah.
Duty calls.
This one.
Do you guys mind if I go first on this one? 'Cause I have heavy
Sure.
opinions about this. All right, so my problem with this is the non-elemental gun manufacturer doesn't really get boosted by the fire rate boost because it's as fast as you can pull the trigger on most guns. Outside, like the Unforgiven and shit. So I hate the fire rate on this. But then again, I don't want to make it purely for Jacobs. So like, I wouldn't go with like recoil. I think that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I think
I would like either gun damage and critical hit damage, or gun damage and accuracy, because a few other guns like the Lascaux is, that's got a pretty big spread on it. Accuracy does tighten that up. Trying to think, there's a few others, but like, yeah, just to me it seems gun damage and accuracy would be really nice, and it would apply to more guns. I mean, I guess it's mainly like shotguns and some spread guns there, but I don't know. I like it to be things that can affect more of the guns, because that fire rate to me just doesn't make sense because of Jacobs.
Yeah, I agree. So what? As well, replace the fire rate with something, and
it'd also be nice. Sorry. If the gun damage could be multiplicative. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, that was what I was kind of trying to say.
Exactly my thought.
I'll see if
because
I'm
of
sure
course, because there's of course Wirestone Talk and Strip the Flesh. Paul's kind of sitting there. So yeah, I'd make it multiplicative, and maybe if it's multiplicative, like make it 4%. Just replace the fire rate with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, having like, I don't know, freaking 50% type B is kind of a lot.
Yeah, and sure. if you can't make it multiplicative, then just go with 6 or 7%. So it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I can make it multiply damage.
Yeah, if it's 5 out of 5, 40%, so it's kind of like Reaper, but only on non-elemental. I think that would make sense.
That would be 8% though.
Oh wait, that is 8%.
Yeah. 4% is enough. Axton has Maya doesn't have any gun damage skills like Axton has.
Yeah. Axton's got a bunch, so that's a good point. Yeah, so 4% per level, so at 40% at 10 out of 5, and then a better secondary boost.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're all on the same page there. Cool. Do or die.
That one's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so as well. Ranger. I think this needs to be at least doubled.
Yep, 2%.
You guys make it 2
or
3%? Because I'd go with 2%, because 3% at 10 out of 5.
30% in all of those.
A bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like having like bar on all the time.
Yeah, like high bar
more
too.
Than impact at 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
just gun damage.
I think 2% per level is fine. I mean,
yeah,
10% in all of those at 5 out of 5 is pretty damn nice. 20% boosted, 22% at 6 out of 5. That's pretty legit to me. I think that's a worthy tier 5 I would grab.
Yeah, 20% is quite a lot. So I think it's quite fine
when it hits all of those. Yeah, and
so
then
10%.
Yeah, 10%. Like, yeah, it's just too low. Then nuke, it just needs more damage, right?
Yeah, I think at least double the damage.
And then comes the part where I think I just have to find where it references the damn thing, because that's a problem with most of the turret skills. All what it does is like it's nothing that's inside of the actual skill. It's just a trigger for the skill, but I can't find like what's boosting it. That's the problem. Like I've been actually in the search for the nuke for about 5 hours now. I couldn't find anything.
If you do find it, would it be possible that it could also trigger on the turret's death?
No, because that would mean I'd have to modify the behavior of the skill, and
Okay.
modifying behavior is not easy.
Okay, that's why I asked. I didn't know if that was possible or way pie in the sky,
It's
but like that would be a really cool thing
possible.
because one of the problems with nuke is the turret duration is so long that you just don't get that. You don't get to nuke that often unless you do like a recall build and you're just nuking, recalling, nuking, recalling.
Or what I could do is just add a cooldown to it. There you go. Like it gives you skill cooldown because that's the thing. Like in pre-sequel, if you notice Claptrap skills, most of the capstones and game changers give him something. But
Hmm.
like, why does Nuke not give you something? For example, like to the character itself. Why not like give him cooldown? I mean, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's a capstone after all.
Yeah,
It's fine if it's strong.
yeah, because that's the other problem with it as a capstone. It's like with the other ones, you get slag the entire time when double up, and you get two turrets the entire time with Gemini. Nuke, you just get one explosion, and what's the duration again? Like,
What I do with it in normal mode though, I just toss the turret, blow up the whole camp, and just recall it and just do the same thing again. It's pretty fun actually.
yeah, I mean, Kuhn did that at OP8 with Gemini. So he'd throw out two nukes and just go recall them both, and then, super quick cooldown, and then throw them both out again, recall them again.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it still needs more damage, and it'd be cool if it would happen twice per action skill instead of once, but I don't know if that's
Yeah,
possible.
it's you're asking too much. I want to
Yeah,
release a special 2017, not
fair
2019.
enough. I'll drop that one. Like I said, I didn't think it would be happening. It was just potentially cool.
It also has a damage over time, by the way,
It does, yes.
which deals
I could.
absolutely no damage.
It's quite good in normal mode. I guess I could just buff it by sliding my if I ever find the damn thing.
Yeah. All right. So survival tree, healthy. Would you guys do anything there?
Not really.
Healthy is fine. It's
Yeah.
just where it is in the skill, I guess. I mean, max health is fine, but like this is where a lot of people are gonna come in, like with the whole health stacking thing.
Yeah.
Because how
Now,
much is it's 60%, right?
yeah, it's a
I
pretty
mean
good
that's quite a
amount.
lot. Yeah,
Now, if
that's
you
almost as
change crisis management to gun damage and damage resistance, that would make healthy even cooler.
yeah.
In
It's a
fact, at
bit
that
better.
point, you could almost do a cool Rough Rider build with Axton.
Yeah, see? There you go.
I'm
'Cause-
actually I'm actually working on one.
Well, there you
yeah.
go.
See, that would be cool then.
Uh
Preparation then?
I
I think
honestly am
it's
not
fine.
satisfied with the shield capacity. I don't know if 50% is enough. I'm not noticing that. Maybe make it 20%, I
It's
was thinking.
it theoretically it is enough, but the problem is the shield capacity boosts.
Oh, the
Yeah.
the cap on it.
Yeah, that have a
Yeah.
large. I don't know if
Yes.
you can fix that.
I can, but like it's not
Where the hell is
really.
it?
I can I see it like it references in every single skill, but the thing is like if I modify that, I sometimes can't break the game.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
that's fair enough. Last ditch effort.
This one is I don't know what Demonite told me to do with it. I think
Probably
he
not.
just I
Um,
think he just
I'd
said
make it.
just sorry, just make the 8% type B damage, not just type A damage. If I feel life, I think that
Yeah,
was it.
because that would be like Athena's clear skill, which is
Yep.
also 30%.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Except this one can be 80%. Or not 80. Is it 80%? I think it's 80%.
But clear is
10 out of
also
5.
just a 1-point skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be fine. It's only
And
sub
it
3
also
life.
revives teammates.
Yeah.
I think I could actually make it a game changer, but I don't know if I want to do that.
No, I won't worry about that. Pressure then.
This one's fine. This one's
Yeah.
Axton's one of Axton's best skills, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. I think
Extremely
it's pretty
powerful.
good. Forbearance, however, is one that a lot of people skip.
I think just the max health needs to be 4%. That's about it.
I maybe not 4%. I'd make it like
What about damage resistance? Or reduction instead of max health? I make it like 2 or 3%.
3%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause he's
I
already
guess
got a lot of max health.
Either
with
max
Healthy.
health, either max health 3% or 2% damage reduction.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, Axton's supposed to be like a strong character and all. So,
But yeah, I
that'd be
think
cool.
the is completely fine because that can really help on OP8.
Yeah. All right. So once again, you guys watching, let us know what you think. Max health or damage reduction. Phalanx shield.
This comes back to the same problem as Nuke.
And I think this is fine, to be honest. I don't know what Demonite thinks on it, but
It just dies too fast in OP8. I mean, it just needs more things to it. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, if I want to buff it, I'd have to find it, and I can't really find it.
If you find it, I'd at least
finding
double its
Waldo.
capacity. Because if I remember correctly, the turret's own health with longbow turret or without longbow turret is like million or something, and not 12 million, and Phalanx shield is 4 million. Box. So
That's
I think
not
this
bad.
or 2 shots. I've tested it plenty of times.
all right. So this one is kind of dumb and ridiculous, and you probably can't do it. But what if you could just strip this off and replace it with sharing is caring?
No.
fucking-
Maybe, but
Put a spike
I
shield
mean,
on the turret.
Turret with B shield.
I mean, I don't think it's that hard. It's just I think the problem is if I'm gonna rip it off of Gauge, the thing is Gauge is not loaded.
Yeah.
So I could do that, but
Do that because it'd be kind of overpowered.
Yeah, if you could put the B
well,
on it,
yeah.
that'd be pretty
I mean,
broken. Well, of course, I don't think the bee would stay up very long on it because it would get hit so fast because it's just stationary.
Things like the sham or so the turret is invincible.
Yeah.
Especially with maglock.
Yeah.
oh god.
I was more thinking just like, again, you put like the Height of Terror on it or something, or the Flame of the Firehawk.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that'd be broken.
Yeah, Flame of the Firehawk with Gemini. Fuck yeah. You just go put it right at the enemy's feet. It's all right, hit it.
That'd be pretty fun though. Like
It would be ridiculously fun. That with Nuke.
Oh my god.
It's probably not possible, but the idea just struck me. I'm like, that would be the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, but again, that's just the way that the game is designed.
Sorry, everyone listening, it's not going to happen. Quick charge then.
That one's pretty fine. I don't think it needs anything.
Yeah. I think so too.
Resourceful.
That one's fine. Cooldown is like 50% and 10 out of 5 or 25. That's fine. I think the numbers are fine.
Maglock. I mean,
but yeah.
Grit.
Grit. I mean,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like, the skill itself is good. It's just the concept of it, I guess. I mean,
you can't
you
really
did say
buff
like
it. if you buff it, it's just too good.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna buff. I mean,
Yeah,
but that's the
it's
thing. I
fine.
think you said in your Axton video, like it just makes you play more dumb because you know you're not gonna die. I think
Or
that's just the
I
problem
don't
of
like
the
relying
skill.
on the RNG of it, but people love it for what it is, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gemini, does this have any of those weird hidden attributes other than it doesn't? It's kind of like the offhand where it doesn't get the other stuff.
No, it doesn't have any hidden attributes, surprisingly. I guess Gearbox just really hates fucking his other trees. I don't know.
Yeah,
What?
I think it's fine.
All right, so yeah, I mean, there's a fair amount of stuff we tweak, but I don't think anything was too major. And duty calls was probably one of the bigger ones. Ranger, just double it up. A bunch of the other ones, just the debate: should he get melee or either boost melee or ditch melee?
Laser sight was one of those as well.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's his probably worst one by far. That just doesn't do shit. Anything in closing from you guys then?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with the whole patch thing. I mean, I think I've done 55 things already, and I'm just gonna wrap up the skills like after you're done with all the videos, and then I'm just gonna go to the forums because people did make topics about all of these,
Yeah.
and check out my YouTube comments and just make a final decision, and then I'll just like do all of them in one day.
All right.
But I think what I'm gonna do with Axton is pretty much most of the suggestions. I think about 80 to 90% of them I'm gonna take, and then what I'm gonna do to the turret is I'm just gonna give it a straight off 20% fire rate buff and a 20% damage boost because it kind of needs it. Like just in the turret skill itself, just
Yeah, it might make the turret a little broken in normal mode, but as you level
mean,
up, it'll stay relevant.
yeah, it'll still relevant, but that's the thing. Like you look at other characters and like Death Trap, for example. I know he's melee damage, but like you can see the damage that he can do.
Well,
He
helps
has a
that you
lot
can put
of
a roid shield on him too.
yeah, and like you have Creed, for example. His action skill levels up with him. Look how much damage it does. I don't want to make the turret irrelevant. Sure, it's going to be strong in normal mode, but
I shouldn't have said like it's irrelevant now because the turret's not irrelevant now, but it becomes more of a distraction and a debuffer than a damage dealer.
It's more like a support thing rather than an attack
Another
thing.
soldier.
If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. And people, you know, they remember what it's like in early game when it's killing stuff left and right.
Yeah.
Really be bad if it's like overpowered in normal mode because
It's probably going to be overpowered in normal mode. I don't think it can stop that.
Yeah, but running mode, and I mean almost everything is overpowered.
Yeah.
Normal mode.
Also, the other reason I'm not too worried about that normal mode stuff, and maybe you disagree with the Shadow, but if people are downloading the community patch, chances are you should have already played normal mode.
But the thing is, like, this community patch is going to be more towards playthroughs.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if someone is going to do a playthrough,
a lot of people are probably going to be like...
But of course, the people that know what they're doing in normal mode, you go farm a Herald and you just blow the shit out of everything. You go get a fastball and, like, all that shit's broken in normal mode.
Yeah, although I did put a lot of new farm locations, but regardless, they were talking about skills here.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I don't have anything else. You guys should actually I do. You guys should definitely thank Shadow for this, like I always say, and make sure you go and check out his channel, his original video. You can find him on Twitch and all that stuff, and those links are in the description. And then Demonite's got a YouTube channel too. They're both on the list of my homepage of my YouTube channel of people that don't suck. They've both been there for a long time. So yeah, you should check out their YouTube channels and stuff.
And of course, if you're not watching on Dirt's video, then go check out Dirt.
Yep. And yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you later.
Yep.